to tell me you don't know where you're going unless you know where you came from. If you search it diligently, it'll make a better you. Yeah, I'm sitting on the pew with a stone face, listening to this preacher, what a disgrace. Something feels so different from what I heard yesterday, from an Israelite along the way. An Israelite along the way. From an Israelite along the way. Tell me who I am. I've been searching for so long, I don't understand. Everywhere I seem to go, people shake their heads at me. Tell me what is going on. Someone hold my hand. Please tell me who I am. Tell me who I am. Tell me who I am. As I begin to read the scriptures, it all came together for me. Someone's been lying through their teeth. They've been misleading and twisting prophecy. I can see that my people is at the bottom of the barrel. I see myself the more I read it every hour. I can see things more clearly, the wretched part of me. Is it me? Is it me? Could it be? Could it be? I can't believe. Can somebody tell me who I am? I've been searching for so long, I don't understand. Please make me understand. Everywhere I seem to go, people shake their heads at me. Tell me what is going on. Someone hold my hand. Please tell me who I am. Hey, I think I know now who I am. I got some understanding. I know now who I am. It's so sad, man, that someone can come and just steal your entire identity. Even a thief and a robber leave something. Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me who I am? I've been searching for so long. I've been searching for so long. I don't understand. Everywhere I seem to go, people shake their heads at me. Tell me what is going on. Tell me what is going on. What's going on? Tell me who I am. Please put me back together. I've been going through the storm. I know that we messed up, but how long should we endure? It hurts to see my state growing. They weep, they weeping. Tell me who I am.
To the ground, his killer walked up on him bowling and looked him in the eye. He said, aren't you gonna beg? He said, no, I signed up to die. Death don't have a hold on me, so death don't put no fear in me. I don't think that you hearing me to die. When I lay down on that bed, I'm gonna open up my eyes and my Lord gon' be signed up to die. Death don't have a hold on me, so death don't put no fear in me. I don't think that you hearing me to die. 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 I signed up to die.
All right, family. Ever notice how we are the only people that seems every other nation seems to be in the conjunction as to keep us as slaves or identity secret? Huh? Oh, you have to watch what you do with your hands. With no evidence, somebody might accuse me of being in some society. Shh. Anyway, I'm just messing. Some people, I have to have more evidence than some hand signals. You have to have some papers where you can prove I'm in something. But nevertheless, but anyway, just wonder why. Just ask yourself that. Our history starts off in slavery, and they claim to have these such humongous IQs. But they can't seem to find out what's the name of the Most High. They can't seem to find these pagan holidays in the Bible. Think about that one. None of these holidays that they are celebrating are in the Bible, and they are tied to paganism. Meanwhile, some of the same people, I'm not mocking you, I just want you to wake up. Some of these same people is looking for the Antichrist. All right, let me get on into it. Now, what I'm going to do, this the plan, it could change at any time, is to show you the anti-Messiah first, using the Bible. All right. And then show you the Messiah using the Bible. How about that? All right, let me see here. 1 John chapter 2. Let me get on into it. Now, well, since it's up here, think about that. Just think about that one for a minute. The Messiah was hanged on a tree. Shalom, shalom. Who else? Who else is known for being hanged on trees? Huh? Since it's up there, I might well go on and get it. Who else is known for getting hung on trees? Huh? Now, remember. See that? See that? And it can also mean stuff made from a tree. So I'm not going to. Yeah, if you look the word up. Matter of fact, let me show it to you. I'm gonna reveal everything. I don't just. Oh, y'all can't see that. Hold on. There's a Galatians. Curses every man that hanged on a tree. That's gonna be over here. Let me see. What verse is that though? Let me go back one. Galatians 3:13. Let me go back another one. Hold on. Yeah. Galatians 3:13. Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us, for it is written, cursed is everyone that hanged on a tree. Matter of fact, let these anti-Messiah prophets tell it. The Messiah was against the law. No matter Bible verse said he didn't come to abolish, but to fulfill. In other words, he was created to do certain things in the law. But nevertheless, if he come to abolish the law, why is he becoming a curse? Curse is everyone that hanged on a tree. All right. Let me go back over here. I got two different Bibles, but you can look it up yourself. Acts 5:30. Let me see what's the other one. Acts 10:39. The God of our fathers raised up Yahushua, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree. Now let me go in the Bible dictionary and look that up. Acts 5:30. Am I already here? Yeah, I'm already over here. Let me show y'all though, to prove it to you again. All right. I like to prove everything I can. All right, verse 30. Oh, it's over here. I could, but yeah. And the God of our fathers raised up Yahushua. Let me show y'all that name right there. It ain't gonna. Oh, they got Jesus. There it is, right there in Hebrew. That going. This is what anti-messiahs do. They hide the evidence of the Messiah. This is his name in what you call modern Hebrew. They got an extra vav there. That actually is a nail. Boy, my brain is going. Boy, it's going. Boy, it's going. See that? It's the same as Joshua. Let me show y'all that. Hold on. Hold on. Shabbat shalom, Sister Brenda. Okay. Now, what's going on with these doggone pages, boy? Let me see. Can I just click on the image? Okay. Let me show you. You click on this right here, it won't show nothing. Each letter. Nah, look. I didn't plan on doing it, but hey, I'm here. Behold, this is the Most High's arm. Behold, nail. Behold, hand. Who was nailed? I just want y'all to see that, okay? Now, the Bible tells us not to get tattoos. That's what it said. No markings, no cuttings and markings on your foot. That's what the Bible said. All right? If you don't know, you don't know. But anyway, let me get back into my lesson. See, each letter, let me see, can I'm gonna click on this. There's a link I've been clicking on, okay. All right. See, man with raised, you can't even see it good. It says, Shalom, Jim and Arlene Foster, man with raised hand. Let me see, can I get y'all a clearer picture? You can barely see that. It's pictograph Hebrew. The pictures have a definition. But I wonder why the Bible cemeteries ain't teaching that. Let them tell it. The Romans come up with this. Let me do another one. Let me do another quick search. Let me see, can I find one that's legible where you can read it online? Yeah, this one looks better. This is the Most High's arm. Let me see. This is the Most High's arm. Arm and closed hand. That was cloudy. Doggone it. Let me see. Try to find another one. It's better. Just do a Google search of pictograph Hebrew. Notice that's a letter A. But see, the reason why you come up with them L's is these imposters. That's their language. That's why you got an E there, but you clearly can see that the letter is an A. But that's another lesson. This is the imposter's language. It's clearly a letter A. This is where you're getting into Germanic language. Clearly the letter A. See it? Right here, letter A. But when you go to using the German Hebrews, Ashkenazis, it becomes an E. But nevertheless, like Daniel, the EL, Michael, EL, Gabriel, EL, okay, Samuel, okay, but it's clearly the letter A. When you go back over here, it's an A. Okay, we'll get back into the name of the Father. Here go the nail right here. It's a tent peg. Add, secure. He was secured and added to the cross or the tree. He was secured. Let me see. There it is right there. I didn't know I was going to even be on this when I put this on my head. I'm just being honest. He was secured to the cross. And notice this is the Most High's name. Some of y'all might not know that. But yeah. And look here. Behold, man with arm raised. Man with arm raised. What it look like? Look like, hey, when people in church, what do they do when they're in church? Hallelujah. Huh? And I ain't talking about them darn police. Hands up. But anyway, look, reveal, breath. He breathed into Adam the breath of life. If you look and if you study, shalom, Dwayne, and you look and you study, he going to reveal stuff to you. He's not going to reveal, you're going to get very little revelation if you're not studying. Just like if I want to be a quarterback, my arm strength ain't going to grow because I'm not putting forth no effort. Okay? Never could be one. I'm short. But nevertheless, okay, y'all can't see that. Y'all let me know when y'all can't see that. Okay, here we go. Look, I go to EL. Look, it's clearly the letter A. Hebrew got an E. See that? Hebrew got an E. The ha. But that's what I was talking about when you go to Daniel, Michael, Gabriel, Samuel, and who else? They translated that through the colonizers' language. Okay? Shalom, DSB. Look, Yiddish is a West Germanic language historically spoken by who? The Nazis. I put that there for a reason. They Germans, okay? This ought to be an oxymoron. Like, you understand what I'm saying? This ought to be an oxymoron. But anyway, that's the language they speak. They got this German language with Hebrew letters. Okay? And this is how you end up with an EL when the letter clearly are A. Yeah, that's where they come from. Y'all, I know one in the chat. How many of y'all ever heard that Hitler was a Jew? Y'all ever heard that? When I first heard it, I was shocked. Yeah. Let's see what they said. Now, whatever they had going on, as far as I'm concerned, it was white on white crime. World War I, World War II, white on white crime. That's what they call our stuff. That's what they call our in-house fighting, black on black crime. Let me see. But yeah. To begin the second question, technically, in order to be now they getting technical. One must be born of a Jewish mother to convert or see now it ain't even bloodline. The Bible is about bloodline. To convert, of course, the Nazis had their own ideas on what made somebody a Jew. So they're not really saying he wasn't. Okay? But yeah, y'all look into that. If I'm wrong, y'all come back and correct me, okay? But yeah, from all the research I done earlier, yeah, he had a percentage. But which is not far-fetched because them folks over there, they speaking a German language. Got Nazi in there in what they like to call themselves. Okay? If you're the original people, why is your language mostly German? It should be mostly Hebrew, if anything, with a little bit, maybe a little bit of mixture of German in there, but it's mostly German. But anyway, well, I didn't intend to go here, but the world is looking for the beast and they looking for the disciples. See, how you gonna spot the anti-Messiah and you can't even spot the disciples? Huh? How do you spot any anti-Messiah? Anybody that's going living contrary to the word, I'm going to get into it. Anybody living contrary to the word is anti-Messiah. Anybody promoting lies is anti. He said, how are you anti? He sent the Holy Spirit of truth, right? The Messiah died so the Holy Spirit of truth can be shed on the earth because the earth was being eclipsed with darkness. So if you hate the truth, you anti-Messiah. For y'all, so I can for those of you who don't realize who don't think that the Spirit of truth is the Holy Spirit. Hold on. Let me show you. It's in red. John 16:13. Let me share this. Howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you. That's why he gonna say to a lot of people, I never knew you, because they ain't being led. He will guide you into all truth. Not what you want to be true, what you thought was true. You understand the traditions you hold dear. He said he's going to guide you into all truth. For he will not speak of himself, or whatsoever he shall hear, he shall speak. There's communications going on. Spirit of the Most High, and the Spirit communicating with us, telling us how to navigate through these lies. Okay? All right, now. I done got off my... Let me go back to it then. How about that? 1 John chapter 2, verse 18. It's also, chapter 2. All right, now let's get into this anti-Messiah. All right. The world passes away and the lust thereof, but he that doth the will of Yah abide forever. You have to know the truth in order to do the will of the Most High. You got to know the truth. All right. Little children, this is the last time, this is John, as ye have heard that the Antichrist shall come. And even now are many Antichrists. Judas was an anti-Messiah. The scribes and Pharisees was our forefathers and mothers who said, his blood be on us and our children. Sign them over to the Romans. See, what these so-called false prophets do. They make you, they try to make it like he's somewhere way down the line. But see, you study the Bible yourself, they've been here. It's always a fresh crop of devils coming on the scene. Always. Whereby you know that it is the last time. They went out from us, but they were not of us. And if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us. But ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things. Let me see, where is it? It's another verse, 28, 22nd. Okay, let me keep reading. But I have not written unto you because you know not the truth, but because ye know it, and that no lie is of the truth. No lie is of the truth. No lie is of the truth. But who is a lie? But he that denieth Yahoo. Look. This ain't even the Messiah's name. And they still denying it. The information is a few clicks away. Let me show it to you. What's this? 1 John chapter 1, verse 22. The truth is just a few clicks away. But how come they won't change it and make it plain? Look, let me show y'all how quick the truth is. Let me see here. Let me go a few clicks away. One click. Wait a minute. Right here. 2 click. I hit the wrong one. All right. Now that's 1 click. few clicks away. Let's go to 1 John. 1 John, where you at? Chapter 1 and verse, what was that? Verse 22? Might be 1 John 2. 2. Okay, 1 John 2. I messed up. Still another click. Just a few clicks. It's still a few. All right, chapter 2. All right, now 20. 22. All right. Let me see here. Is it 22? Okay, right here. 22. There's a name right there. There's a name right there. All you got to do is hit this Bible, hit this concordance. There's a name. It tells you of Hebrew origin. Let's get into this. Now listen at this.
Strong's G 2424. Jesus. Jesus. Strong's G 2424. Jesus.
Now, this is the Hebrew name right here. Listen.
Strong's H 3091. Yehoshua. Yehoshua. And second entry, Yehoshua. Yehoshua.
Now keep in mind this is the Yiddish part. Okay, that's why you got the E there. Matter of fact, let me do it again. Let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. A few clicks away, and you can get to the truth. See, a few clicks. Now, let me get to this one. This one it's the one I had in mind. I guess it ain't gonna show up. But I see one that I already could use. Here it is. Might not be able to use this. This is on Pinterest. Let me go back. Hold on. This is the one I want to use. Let me click on the image. All right. Now, okay. This is why you got the E there. Remember I showed you earlier? You got the E there. Matter of fact, I might need to use it. This is Yeshua. This ain't even the full name. Let me go to the full name. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. They still got it. They got Yeshua there, but it's a A for Yah. Let me go back, y'all. This is what happens when you don't. I didn't plan on doing this, and I'm doing this as I go. Okay, so this come with it. And you know something else? I'm not hiding too much because I show my screen. I'm not hiding nothing. Nothing on here that ain't supposed to be. All right, here we go. Let's do this. All right, now it's supposed to be an A. Yah. Matter of fact, let me show you a Bible verse. Can y'all see that? Yeah, y'all can see that. Let me show y'all a Bible verse. Psalm 68:4. Matter of fact, let me just show you another one. Let me show you that. Now, how is it going to be Yoash, and it's got Yah right here? And so what's another way you can tell his name is Yah? Isaiah, Jeremiah, Obadiah, Nehemiah, hallelujah. Then they got this other stuff all up in there. You have to keep going. Yahushua, yeah, it's still spelled the same. Yeah, Yahushua. Sister Brenda, It still spelled the same. What we know is not what they giving us. That's the point I'm making. You hear me? What we know is what they this ain't it. This is European stuff. It keep you subliminally thinking white, 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 white. Colonizers. It's still spelled the same. Yeah, Yahushua. That's probably more accurate. Yahweh and Yahushua is probably more accurate. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that they are more accurate. All right. But yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It's not what they gave us. Look, a few clicks. This is a doggone Bible. This is a Bible concordance. But the name, think about it. The name never makes it into the Bible. But you clearly, it's not hard to find. Just a few clicks. Oh, y'all can't see this. Hold on. Just a few clicks. Look at that. They got Yehoash. Look at that. Let me go somewhere. But look. Let me type in Yah. Here, let's go right here. Okay, now. Okay, you see that? The name of the God of Israel. Okay, since they know this, why ain't it in the Bible? That's what you clearly call whitewashing right there, boy. I know they don't like the word, but doggone it, ain't none of them trying to clean it up. Don't wait till I clean up. Don't wait till I start cleaning up your mess and then try to tell me how to clean it up. It's too much. You use the word white too. You use the word white harshly. Well, how you prefer I do it? Y'all lying to folks, leading people astray, and they on a trajectory to hell, and you won't clean up the mess your people is making, but you won't tell me how to clean up y'all mess. That's the mindset of the Europeans. They want you to speak softly, but these lies got eternal consequences. They still getting off light. I'm just talking. Let me see who name this is. Yehoash. Let me see who name this is. See who name is this. Jehoash. Okay. Look at that. The letter J wasn't even around. I'm going to keep drilling this home. See, they gave us a new image, and they gave us a new name to match the image that they gave us. I'm going to keep drilling this. The letter J. Quick, a few clicks. Let me do it this way. Let me see if they changed it. Here you go. Yeah, I've used this before. Do you know the last letter added to the alphabet? It wasn't Z. There you go. Look, there you go. The last letter. And y'all know English wasn't a language till the 1300s. So when the Bible was written, there was no J. So every name in the Bible with a J, you can just put a Y right there. You can put a Y right there. These are facts. Joseph, put a Y. Jerusalem, put a Y right there. Oh, y'all can't see this. Hold on. Doggone it. Right here. Yet that alphabet could have been drastically different if it used to have 6 more letters than it was eventually dropped. The perfect example of irony, the alphabet we know today was not created alphabetically. Z made the last letter in the alphabet order, but the last letter added to our alphabet was actually J. Why did they do that? Why did they put the Z at the end instead of the J? I'm just, stuff like that make me ask questions. But yeah. In fact, the last letter was not even close to the end. Y'all can read this yourself. Okay? Meet the man responsible for a Catholic bishop, or was a Catholic priest. Let me get out of here. Y'all can do that yourself. Let me get back over here. Now, this is what I wanted to get at. This is what I wanted to hit at. Okay, there's a letter A. It's an A right there. I showed you in the pictograph Hebrew that they put an E there, but it's a doggone. It's clearly an A. Look at here, right here. They got L, an E right there, like Elohim. It's an A. It's the letter A. It's an A. They have got E there, but it's already a letter with an E right here. Right here. Well, it's really, here go the sound. Okay, it's a ha sound. But yeah, it's clearly telling you that it's an A. Olive, They even still call it to this day, olive. All right, now. No, I'm not an expert, but doggone it, I'm not stupid either. All right, now look here. This is where it come into play at. Let me see. Can y'all? Yeah, y'all can see that. Now, this is the so-called how they come up with Jesus. Let me show y'all this too. This video might be long because there's a lot of stuff that this video is getting longer and longer. And the Most High told me to take my time. With it. Look, you can take my time. All right, now look, this is what they done. Now, if you want to translate, my internet was getting slow. That's why I was looking at it. If you want to translate from Latin to English, you go from Latin directly into English, right? If you want to translate from Greek to English, you go from Greek directly into English, right? You don't go from Greek through Latin and into English, right? The same thing if you want to translate from Hebrew into English. You don't go through Greek, through Latin, and then come up with English and then add a J. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's not the secret formula to translation of names, transliteration. I dare to call it transliteration. Translite. Because they still kicking these lies on down. They still perpetrating these lies. They are nothing but anti-Christ, anti-Messiah disciples. All right? They not for the truth. I say in every video I do, if I misspoke, if I put any false info, let me know, okay? Don't tell me something wrong and don't tell me how it's wrong. And I'm going to look at you funny. Now, if you're intelligent enough and I done misprint something wrong, then point it out how it's right, why it's wrong, okay? All right, now, I had to show you that. They went through them other languages. Look here. They dropped the letter A because there ain't no A in Greek. So, listen at this. Since there's no letter A in one European language, Greek, they're just going to leave the A out altogether. But it's a letter A in English. Y'all see this? Since they translated from Greek, ain't no letter A in Greek, they just going to leave it all the way out. It's an A in Hebrew, and it's an A in doggone English. You go from Hebrew into English. You don't go from Hebrew through Greek, through Latin and through and into English. That ain't how that worked. All right? Okay. The SH drop, since there is no Greek character for Sheehan. The Messiah was not a doggone Greek. No, he was not a doggone Greek. And then when you start pointing out this stuff, what difference does it make? That's because they don't love the truth. That's why on when the Messiah returned, many gonna say to him on that day, I did not cast out devils and do this in your name. He gonna say, depart from me. I never knew you. Why did he say depart? Because you are working lawlessness. You're still doing wickedness. Okay, now that's a SH. Everybody know it's a SH in English. But since it ain't in Greek, we just gonna leave that out too. Y'all, hey, these folks write us out of history. They done wrote the Most High out of his, they done essentially wrote him out of his book. They done wrote the Messiah out. They done wrote all our people out and put European names down there and straight went First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48 on us. First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48. That's exactly what they done did to us, to the world. Let me show y'all. First Maccabees or the second Maccabees? First Maccabees chapter 3. Look. This verse 48. What did they do? They laid open the Bible. The book of the law. They laid open the book of the law. And inside there, the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their image. So man made their God in their image. Yeah, I'm being sarcastic. Once you know the truth, this stuff is laughable. So these Europeans so powerful, they can make their God into their image. So they think. They done open up the book. That's why these books is missing. Then also the book of Maccabees. Think about it. Daniel, the prophet Daniel, and the prophet Ezra, they took his book out, some of it, talk about the end time. Okay. Daniel, he wrote about the doggone Babylonian captivity. He was in it. Daniel lived in the Babylonian captivity under Nebuchadnezzar. Okay. He wrote about the captivity of the Medes and the Persians. He wrote about that in the Bible. He made a big old clock out of the dream of Nebuchadnezzar. So you'll know when the time is up. Getting close. Okay. That's in the Bible. Okay. Then you got to the Greek captivity. Daniel wrote about the Greek captivity, but these heathens done removed it out your Bible. Where the Greek captivity at in your Bible? Huh? Daniel put it in his book. Where is the Greek captivity? You go right from the Old Testament, and they ripped the Greeks out of there and went straight to the Romans. So if you had any doubts about the Apocrypha, there you go. Let me show you a doggone 1611 King James Bible with no J in it. How about that? This ain't even what the way I was going. I'm going to get a credit. Hey, let me get a table of contents. How about that? Let me see. They got the J in it. Let me see. Let me see if they're going to have the J. It shouldn't be no J in there. Moses. Okay. Joshua. There go Joshua. Where the J at? Okay, y'all can't see that. That's bearing witness that's bearing witness that the letter J is the last letter added in the English alphabet. There go Joshua. What judge is that? Where the J at, y'all? Huh? Huh? I can understand that. But see, you know, I was talking about people telling me to be careful. Be careful. You know, I proceeded with caution. But doggone it, I understood. I had more faith in the Most High. I'm not going to hell. He going to show me the truth. He said the spirit of truth. And I got to looking in here and I'm like, oh, I said, now I see why these heathens took it out. You can't keep a doggone slave with these books in there. Maccabee taught you, yeah, you can fight back, and the Most High be with you. Book of Maccabee, look right here. There go that EL. But if you look at it in the Hebrew, that's going to be a letter A. That's because they're German, you know. But anyway, Kings, 2 Kings, Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah. They're going to put an I there instead of a Y. Job. Okay. The 1611 Bible got the Apocrypha in it. There you go. Your 1611 Bible got the Apocrypha in it. Your 1611 got these books in it that they took out. So if it was in there when the Bible first came together, then why did they take it out? Because them the disciples of the Antichrist. The devil got disciples. The devil got a whole school of false prophets. You know, Brother Stephen called it the Bible cemetery school. Because if you don't cleave to that Bible, you going straight to the cemetery, the eternal cemetery called the lake of fire. Okay? They go to the book of Job, Hosea, Daniel. Y'all see, ain't no letter J up in here. I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not. I'm just showing you the information. I'm not trying to tell you how to believe. I'm not trying to tell you what to believe. But I'm just showing you, and you can't overthrow this truth. You ain't gonna find no letter J in the 1611 Bible. That's an I. They just put a hook on it. Okay? The Apocrypha was up in there. They took them books out. Europeans, Pope chop pastors. Europeans saw fit to take these books out. Okay? Now, which way do I go? Let's go back over here. Let me finish this. All right. Okay, now, let's get back over here. They look, Hebrew, yeah. Now it's Yah. I done showed y'all that it's Y-A-H. Isaiah, Yah. Ain't no yeah. You go to yeah because you're getting into into this Yiddish. That's why it's because it's German. They got the language that came after Hebrew before and more dominant. And that's why all the names seem so easily whitened. Because they go all the way back. The Hebrew that they're using is a white language. So yeah, the name's gonna be sounding white. Yeah, you're gonna come up with a Joseph. You're gonna come up with a Mary. Yeah. Easy. They done doggone colonized it, went all the way through all the way from the Yiddish, Hebrew. Then they went through the Greek. Then they went down through the Latin. Here you go right here. And then come up with English. And then later they come back and made a J. See, this information is just a few clicks away, but these disciples of Satan don't want you to know the truth. You know why? Because the truth gonna make you free. It's gonna make you free. All right, now, trying to figure out which way I want to go. Guess I get back to the Bible. How about that? Let me see here. 2 John, 1 John 2:18 and 22. I read that. 1 John 4 and 3. 1 John 4 and 3. That's right. Hey, what the Bible say? Hey, when the Israelites got to calling on the name of the Most High, he began to hear. He started to answer. Now they got us. They done. He'll still answer even if we don't know certain things. He said, remember, he said he have mercy on who he have mercy on, right? But see, as long as you falling behind the enemies, they gave us that stuff. Notice the black churches is following suit with the European churches. The Europeans celebrate trunk or treat or Halloween up in the church. Doggone it. The black church is right there with them. The Europeans bring Santa Claus up in the church. The black churches are right there with them. So how is you going to be calling, how is you going to be really sincere in your cries and you ain't obeying what part of the Bible that you already got? What you going to do is call down another judgment. So the Most High just let us keep suffering until we start to get it right. Or he choose to, once it reaches a certain level, he'll start judging it. He'll start doing whatever he see fit to do. All right, now let me see, 4 and 3. All right, now. And every spirit that confesses not, notice, just y'all know what it is. Yahushua is come in the flesh, is not of Yah. And this is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is in the world. See, they done put a doggone colonizer's name right there and gave us how you gonna call on the real Messiah? They done gave you a false name. Now, this is what's really killing folks. This is what's sending folks to hell. They are not living the Bible. If you live in the Bible, even if you don't know that this is a fault, that this is inaccurate, you all right because you live in the Word. You cannot separate the Word from the Messiah. Let me show you. All right. In the beginning was the Word, the Messiah. You see that capital W? And the Word was with, I'm going to use it verbatim, was with God, and the Word was God. See that? If you're obeying the Word, then you are obeying the Messiah, and you are obeying the Most High. So you good, even if you don't know. See how that works? That's what's getting folks. They're not obeying the Bible. They don't have no desire to read it. They don't, it's too much like, too much like right. I don't know. I can't think for other folks. They just take what these anti-Messiah prophets feed them on Sunday morning or whenever they come to church, and they get malnourished. All right? Close some of these tabs. And again, see that? A quick Google search, and you'll get to the Messiah. Now, see that? If it's Yah right here, how did you get an E? Y-A-H. That's because of the European, them imposters over there. That's why. How you gonna have Yah right here and then put an E right there? All these folks is working together. They got to be. Ain't nobody pointing this stuff out. Huh? That's why you got Bible cemetery schools teaching the same lie. You got, how many? Let me do a quick search. How many denominations is it? Let me see. You got all these denominations. I didn't even, look, I'm just taking their word for it. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. But there's a whole lot of denominations. And all of them, far as I know, is teaching white Jesus. It's teaching these lies. Y'all can't see that. Hold on. It's teaching these lies. And they keeping these lies going. I'm glad you put that up there, DSB. You brought a Bible verse to my remembrance. You put a Bible verse to my remembrance. All right. Now, the Messiah said the truth got to be taught before his return. So I guess in the mind of these devils, if they keep the lie going, the Messiah can't come. Look, let me go to the chapter. You understand what I'm saying? I guess that's the thinking of a devil, but they crazy. They got gasoline draws on. All right, look here. Let me see. Where is it? They're talking about stars in the heavens. All right, but anyway. And woe unto them. Let me go to see. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter. Some of this was like 70 AD, but some of these prophecies keep going. Some of these prophecies keep kicking on over. Okay? Just because it happened one time, don't think that it won't happen again, is what I'm saying, all right? All right, now. For then shall the great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And if any man shall say unto you, lo, there is Christ, or there, believe it not. All right? For there shall arise false Christ. Boy, they got a doggone false Christ, false prophet, false doctrine factory called the Bible cemetery school. Keeping these lies going. Keeping these lies going. All right? And shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Okay? Now, let me keep going. Behold, I have told you before. I'm warning y'all what's to come. I'm just giving you to it, you know. I'm just interpreting it for you another way. All right. Wherefore, y'all see what it says, so y'all can't say I'm reading something. You see the scripture on the screen. Some people might not know what the Messiah was saying. I told you before. I'm giving y'all a warning. This is what's coming. Okay? So prepare. All right. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chamber. Believe it not. This is telling you how these false Christs is coming. For as lightning come out of the east, for as the sun is showing out the east and going to the west. This is how visible the coming of the Messiah gonna be. Just like you see the sun coming out the east and going to the west. You gonna know him when you see him. Ain't gonna be no guessing. Huh? So shall the coming of the sun. Hey, I didn't say it. You sitting there scratching your head. Is this the Messiah? You gonna know it. Think about it. Okay. For wheresoever the crockers is, there shall the eagles be gathered. Wherever you see the dead body, there go the buzzards. All right, now. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened. Boy, I hear a lot of talk about this doggone eclipse. One thing I have noticed. At first, I wasn't paying attention to these eclipses. Right after an eclipse, something drastic happened. One thing I noticed. I wasn't paying attention at first. Then I got to look back. But I knew the Bible says signs in the sky, signs in the heavens above and in the earth beneath. I wasn't, I'm like, eclipse, and then, then some bad stuff happened. I started noticing this stuff. But anyway, immediately after the tribulation of those shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. All right? And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Now, some people are saying the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. If you looked at, I should have took that pictograph Hebrew down. If you look at them old Hebrew letters, let me see here. If you look at them old Hebrew letters, several of them cross the same path. Several have crossed the same path, and they make them last two letters of the Hebrew. They make two letters of the Hebrew alphabet. Let me see. Let me see here. Let me show it to you. I know some of y'all have seen it because it's out there. The Aleph and the Tav, yeah. The Aleph and the Tav. Let me see. Is it gonna let me open this? Okay. Okay. The first letter. See. When this eclipse comes, it's gonna make these two letters, and I find that profound. Look here, and here go the last letter. I don't know what this is, and there go the last letter. It made them two letters, so you can actually get these two letters together. So the doggone, this is going to be the third eclipse that they're going to cross back over the United States, and it's going to make this letter. Look, these two letters, they got the Tav in it. Look at it. Look, this letter is both of those combined. Now, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying, look. I'm just saying, look, okay? And don't be caught out here thinking you got time for a moment of pleasure. I'm telling y'all, it ain't wise to be playing with the Most High. I'm telling y'all. If you don't care about going to hell, just close the Bible and go wide open. Just mash the gas, all gas and no brakes. If you don't care about going to hell, just be real with it. All gas and no brakes, because you got gasoline draws on anyway. But anyway, all right, notice. Let me show you how they messed it over in the Bible. He says it's strong, power, leader, right? This is the first letter, strong, powerful leader. The Most High is the only strong, powerful leader. All right, the last letter. All right, mark, sign, signal, monument. Boy, the anticipation, it's a monumental anticipation, ain't it? It's a signal. Hey, the eclipse was a signal to Nat Turner. That's all I'm gonna say. Hey, the doggone eclipse was a signal to Nat Turner. You can say whatever you want to say, but nevertheless. Now, let me show y'all how they did it in the Bible. Y'all can't see this. Man, I'm just going on. Now, look here. Right here. This is the Aleph and the Tav together. See, this is the first letter, Aleph. And here go the Tav down here. See that? It's them together. It's both of them together. When that thing come back over the third time, it's going to make both of these letters. That's what I was trying to show y'all. Okay? Now, let me show y'all what they did in the Bible. What these disciples did. Let me go, which Bible I want to use. Let me use this one. Oh, let me finish this first. Let me see here. The Bible verse. Okay, yeah. 24:14. So I guess they think if the truth, if they can hide the truth, that the Messiah ain't coming back. Look here. And this gospel, it's got to be the truth. It can't be no intermingled gospel. It's got to be the truth. It's got to be high octane. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached to all the world. So if you don't went all over the earth, colonizing the whole earth, propagating lies all over the whole earth, then how in the world has the truth been preached? The truth got to go forth, then the return of the Most High. That's why they done went over there erasing, editing, tearing out, removing, adding to, taking from. Look, because this is what the Messiah said. Look. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached all over the world. Right now, I'm in somebody else's country. Right now, somebody in somebody else's country is listening. And I'm not, I'm just using an example. There's people with way bigger influence than me in other countries. Yeah, that's why they want to ban you. Yeah. So this gospel of the kingdom it says shall, and it says should. It shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto the nations. They're going to be without excuse. Repent or perish. And then shall the end come. So I guess the thinking of a devil is, if I get out here and colonize the earth, put out a counterfeit gospel, give them false messiahs and false prophets, that's why I'm going to go there next. I'm glad you put that up there. That way I won't forget. That's what I'm finna do next. Boy, I'm telling y'all, the Most High is moving. That way I won't forget. I'm going to put it up on the screen so I'll come back and see what they did in the Bible. But I had to do this first. Okay? Now, so this is their thinking. So if the world don't know if the Israelites don't know who they are and they don't know the truth, then how is the Messiah going to come back? I guess they was thinking, but I guess they forgot those verses like Joel chapter 3 and Acts chapter 2, I believe, where the Most High said he was going to pour out his spirit. He said he's going to pour out his spirit. I guess they forgot about those verses. Well, his spirit going to do the teaching. I guess they forgot about those Bible verses where the Bible said the Most High teaches his children. I guess they forgot about those verses. So it don't matter what lie you tell, what lie you preach, what book you put it in, what movie you make. When the Most High get to pouring, those lies get to going. And the truth get to showing. Now some of y'all is knowing. All right, now let's get to this. Let me see here. Revelation. I wrote it down. Sometimes I write stuff down and don't go by my notes. All right, now. Revelation chapter 1 and 8. Revelation 1 and 8. All right. Y'all can see that. Look here. I am the Alpha. No, he ain't Greek. Those letters don't mean nothing. Ain't no definition behind those letters. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending. Okay. I just showed you the beginning. Let me show it to you again. Hold on. Now it's the Aleph, the beginning, and the Tav, the end. I don't know what letter this is. This is something else. They done add right here. But this is the last letter right here. Okay? Let's see. See that? This is the last letter, the Tav, cross sticks, mark, sign, signal, movement. All right? See, they ain't got no letters. They done added something else. But anyway, this is the last letter in the Hebrew alphabet, and this is the first letter. And they got a definition. He's the first. He's the leader. The leader is the first, right? The leader is the first. They lead, and they first. Okay. Now, he's the last. He's the mark. He's the sign, the signal, the monument. Covenant. Okay? Let me go back to this Bible over here. Now, it's giving you the definition, but they put Greek letters there. The beginning and the ending. The first, look, where is it at? The first and the last. Y'all see that? That's why they got first and the last right there. But they got you thinking white. Why is everything white? See that? See? Those letters don't have no definition. Let me see. Revelation 1 and 11. Let me see what the Strong Concordance got for the definition. Revelation 1 and 11. Let's see. Revelation. One and 11. All right. Let me see here. Let me use this other one. Let me see. Revelation 1 and 8. Okay. Alpha. Of Hebrew origin. So why they got Greek letters there? Huh? First letter of the Greek alphabet. Huh? Aleph and the Tav. Let me show you. I got a Bible. Some Bibles will put it in there. Let me show you. Let me see. Greek, it's going to be Revelation, Hazum, chapter 1, verse 8. I am the Aleph and the Tav. Y'all can't see that, can you? Hold on. Let me see. Y'all can't see that. Let me see here. Let me do it like this. Okay. see here. All right. I am the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the ending. Says Yahuwah Elohim. Notice that's supposed to be an A. See what I'm saying? Once you study, you pick up on this stuff. But these are Ashkenazi that put this together. The best I understand, these are Ashkenazi Jews that put this together. All right, so yeah. I just want y'all to see that some Bible had this in there. Right there. All right. Now, let me see here. Oh, right here. Okay. First letter of the Greek alphabet. Nah. They done made the Messiah Greek. Now, let's go. Let's. I done carried out, and I think I done beat the colonizers' God to a pulp. I'm gonna go to the biblical descriptions of him. So I think if I might come back and beat him some more. When it comes to doggone lies and oppression, I will beat a dead horse. And when it comes down to beating lies and oppression, I'll beat a dead horse and won't get tired. But anyway, let me keep going. All right, okay. All right, John 1. I covered John 1. Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. Daniel 7:9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days. This is talking about the Most High. But anyway, the Ancient of Days, this is the Most High, did sit. He's sitting on the throne, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head was like pure wool. See what they got there, like wool. Y'all know what wool is. Black folk hair. Doggone it. Yeah. Black folk hair. All right, now. It's telling you whoever sitting on the throne in heaven got hair like wool. Now, Genesis chapter, let me see here. Let's see, Genesis chapter 6. Is it Genesis? Let me see here. That's right. But they won't never teach this. This is how you know. This is how you know that these are doggone Satan's disciples. They won't. It's right here in the book. They supposed to be all about the truth of the book, right? They went to school. They went to Bible Cemetery School so they could better understand the book and they could teach the truth to the people. And is that why they went to school? Or they went to school for a check? All right, now let me share this. Oh, y'all can see that. Okay. Genesis 1:26. And Yah said, let us make man in our image. Okay. After our likeness. Okay, you're not going to find no image of a white God in the Bible. I'm talking about, you ain't going to find the Most High being described anything white but his hair in the Bible. Don't forget, the Messiah sent the Spirit of truth. It's right here in the Bible. Huh? Make man in our image after our likeness. Okay, now, jasper and the sardine stone. Is it Revelation chapter 4 and 9? I don't know what I did. I typed in 49. Hold on. Let me do it this way. All right, here goes some more. All this is in the Bible. I don't know what I went to. Let me go back. Let me try this. Let me just click on the image. How about that? All right, we just went over the war part. Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. Revelation. Folk, no wonder. Revelation 2 and 3. Behold, a throne was set in heaven. There go that throne again. All right. And one sat on the throne, and he that sat on was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone. How y'all get white out of that? Huh? Huh? Matter of fact, let me let some of y'all scientists talk to y'all. How about that? Let some of y'all scientists talk to y'all. Hold on. Let y'all own scientists tell y'all. Hold on. I got it over here. It's still on deck.
Our ancient connections may not be obvious to this group. Our ancestors adapted to different climates, and as a result, humans are now among the most physically varied-looking species on the planet. But looks can be deceiving.
We're basically identical at the genetic level. I mean, if you look at the average person's DNA sequence and compare the same region to another person they're unrelated to, they're 99.9% identical.
All that? There. Look right here. This is great.
Light, dark, big, small, curly, straight, brown, blue. Minuscule genetic changes account for all of our differences. To track our ancient paths, though, scientists study DNA that stays very much the same. In men like George Dellis, it's a Y chromosome.
All that? Let's do one more.
It's been passed down the line from father to son over thousands of generations, and ultimately traces back to one man who lived in Africa around 60,000 years ago. Call him Scientific Adam. He wasn't the only guy alive back then, but only his Y chromosome survived through the ages, and every man alive today has a copy.
Up and down, really push it in there.
For women like Nejla Demirji, the DNA comes from special cell structures called mitochondria, which both men and women carry, but only moms pass along. These trace back to one woman who also lived in Africa between 150 to 200,000 years ago. Call her Scientific Eve. She is the oldest root of our family tree. Africa is where the journey begins for everyone alive today.
All right. Okay. If Adam and Eve were black, explain how you get this. It is scientifically impossible to get black folks from two white people. But let me show you something. I'm gonna show you some science. I'm gonna show you something that's possible though. You just heard your own scientists. We already know. We already know. The truth is coming out. Okay, now look here. This is a black woman. And look at the children. Can y'all see that? The name Eve meant the mother of all living. Oh yeah, let me go to this Bible verse, one blood, Acts chapter 27. Let me see here. Let me see, is it Acts chapter 27? I'm looking it up while y'all look at that. Let me see here. Acts chapter 27. I think it's 27. I think what it is. I'm using a different version than what's in this. I do it this way. Acts 17:26. That's what it is. Acts 17:26. All right. Wait a minute. Did I type in the wrong? Okay. All right, now. The Most High hath made of one blood all nations of men for to dwell on the face of the earth. That coincide with what the scientist just said. Everybody started out black. Then the devil got to mixing and mingling. All right? The Bible is right there with science. And have made of one blood, all nations of men for to dwell on the face of the earth, and have determined the times before appointed and the bounds of their habitation. Lockstep with what the video you just saw. All right, now. This right here bears witness. This is how you get different variations from black or dark. Let me give you one. Let me give you another one from the Bible. I'm just showing it to you. Right there. But it ain't going to be the other way around. Even in nature. This is what I was doing in that video. Even in nature. This is a rarity. Understand? So it even happens in nature. The animals, for whatever reasons, lack the ability to produce melanin. Some of them are albinos and you got other things coming on. You understand? This is showing you that the white folks ain't one of the first people on the earth. I'm tired of the lies. Y'all gonna go to hell with them lies. Let me read Jeremiah 16:19 for y'all that love to teach y'all children lies. You're sending your people, you're sending your kids to hell. Let me show it to you. You keep on with them lies if you want to. You're damning your kids. The fact that I'm telling y'all this show you my true objective. My true objective is the will of the Most High. My true objective is to put that truth out there. That's my objective, to put the truth out there. I'm not worried about y'all feelings. That's really not my. That's how I talk. But the doggone lies, and y'all sitting back with your hands folded, and you're running interference for your cousins and your brothers and sisters out here killing us. I'm not worried about your feelings. You're not worried about our death. But now, 16:19. Oh Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge. That's why y'all can't destroy us. We rested in him. We live in him. Okay? He protecting us. In the day of affliction, the Gentile shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, everywhere. What a beast propagate the lies. The beast propagate the lies everywhere. So they're going to start, once they find out the truth and who the real biblical Israelites are, they're going to come from the ends of the earth. Jeremiah 16:19. And shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. So if you sow a lie, you're going to reap a lie. You teach a lie, your kids going to reap that lie. They're going to inherit a lie. Vanity. And you know what? And things wherein there is no profit. All right? Okay? That's y'all. You can't see the script. Oh, yeah. You must be lagging a little bit behind. I got it up there now, Brendan. Now, here's another way you get white from black. All right, now let's go to 2 Kings. Y'all know it. 2 Kings chapter 5. Second Kings chapter 5. Whole race of white folks right here. Y'all read 2 Kings chapter 5. The prophet Elijah cursed Gehazi, with leprosy, clean leprosy, and he cursed his bloodline. Here it is right here. Therefore, the leprosy of Naaman shall cleave unto thee and your seed, your bloodline, your children, all of yours, forever. And he went out from his presence a leper, as white as snow. But let them preachers tell it in the Bible. They weren't caring about it. They weren't worried about our feelings. Black skin is a curse. Where that at in the Bible? It ain't in the Bible, but I can show you being white ain't necessarily a come up. This is a curse. This is a curse. The leprosy of Naaman shall cleave unto thee and thy seed. See, I got to clean up these lies. And go do it. Y'all went out here, you Europeans went out here lying, doing genocide, doing your father the devil's will. What Satan come do? Steal, kill, and destroy. That's what y'all been doing. Y'all been doing y'all father's will. So don't holler about this harsh. Doggone it, my folks been hanging for trees. I'm sitting here watching my folks die every day. I'm looking at all the genocide that y'all got lined up for us. But me sitting here talking, that just hurts. That just hurts the heart. That's right. And the yellow hair. All right. Now, shall cleave unto thee and thy seed, your children, and your bloodline. You curse your whole bloodline. What that lie they tell? The Ham bloodline, the curse of Ham. The curse of Ham ain't in the Bible. Noah cursed Canaan. But the lie, these so-called professional Bible talk cemetery preachers said, the curse of Ham, therefore all the Negroes, all the black folks are supposed to be slaves. You ain't going to find that nowhere in the Bible. You ain't going to find the curse of Ham in the Bible. You ain't going to find all black folks supposed to be slaves in the Bible. Second of all black folks, some of us are Shem. Everybody ain't from Ham. Okay? But I can find verses where white skin is a curse. It was all right when y'all was saying Negroes was black skin, it was cursed. That was all right. Y'all was cool with that, wasn't it? But when you go to reading your Bible for yourself, you'll learn to keep your mouth closed. And you know what? Technically, to be honest, I do this for my people. I don't really do this for y'all. But y'all knows it, and you always got to be in the IBIX and find out what we got going on. So here, take this with you. I'm talking about you nosy Europeans. Take this with you. Because a lot of you don't mean us no good. I know all of you don't, but hey, a lot of you, and y'all know y'all people, don't mean us no good. So take this truth with you. Doggone it. You nosy anyway. Take this truth with you. Here. Okay. Numbers chapter 12. Yeah, they knows it. I'm telling y'all, they knows it. All in ain't going to help us, though. They just trying to see what we got going on. Here, take this with you. Go, run tell your preacher that tomorrow at Sunday church. Tell him that. Yeah, what the Negroes up to? Go tell your preacher that. Y'all better start, put that Bible down and go to hell. Or keep it, it's going to hurt more. You going to church every Sunday or whenever you going. And you ain't obeying his word. That's going to hurt. All right, but anyway, let me see. Miriam. All right, y'all remember Miriam? She was the Most High turned her white. Here you go, right here. The anger of Yahweh was kindled against Miriam and Aaron. They was contesting Moses' leadership. And the cloud departed from out the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Okay, there you go. All right. There you go. I don't know how else to tell y'all. But this is mostly for my folks, but they knows it. Back in the day, when preachers were like Nat Turner was preaching, you had Massa sitting there making sure Nat wasn't teaching to stand up for yourself. Make sure Nat wasn't teaching the real Bible. You had master right now. They ain't home. They in the living room, wherever they at, listening. See what this Negro got going on. Here, take this on with you. May it blow your mind. How about that? All right, now let me get back on track here. All right, now. I covered that. Revelation 1:15. All right, Revelation 1:15. His feet was like unto fine brass if it burned in the furnace, and his voice was the sound of many waters. I had somebody show me a picture of brass burning, and it was white while it was burning because of the heat of the flame. I said the verse said burned, not burning in a furnace. Burned. Doggone, you put fire to me, I'm gonna turn to ash. But anyway, all right now, okay. Revelation. Yeah, it was something. It was a couple of years ago. Okay. That's why you have to study that Bible. You study that Bible, they can't, and I'm not being prideful. I'm using satire. The prophet Elijah against the 400 that he slew. He used satire. They up there cutting themselves. Elijah said, cry loud. Maybe your God asleep. Maybe he on a faraway journey. After all, he is a God. Elijah was mocking them. But anyway, let me see here. I'm showing you all this stuff, but somehow they keep coming up with white. That's because they biased. That's because they do not respect nor love the truth. That's why you keep coming up with that. If they respected the truth, that's why a few clicks away, you can find the name of the Messiah and the Most High that what they translated the Bible from. You can find that, but they won't update nothing. They won't update nothing at all. There goes some burnt brass right there. They won't update. Now, how many of y'all remember when Jacob got ready to be blessed by Isaac, he dressed like his brother Esau? Esau had hair like a goat. He had to put on goat fur. Okay? But yeah. Now, let me see here. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 15. Shalom. Shalom. You got a few words, you're welcome to come on up. Amnon. You got a few words, you're welcome to come on up. Let me see here. Okay, yeah. Wisdom of Solomon. Let me go back to the Bible, the Apocryphal. Doggone right. You know, I wouldn't have to do this, but this stuff, I'm telling y'all, this stuff used to mess with me. You ready? I'll drop the link in the chat. If you want to come up, Amnon. I'll drop the link in the chat. You want to come up? Hold on. Let me see here. Let me drop this link in the chat. Matter of fact, anybody if they want to talk, just now y'all be mindful of your comments though. Let me see here. Matter of fact, yeah. But brother Amnon, that link here right there. All right, now, let me see. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 15. Wisdom of Solomon. Here it is. Now, y'all just realize 14 and 15. The Wisdom of Solomon. There's another book they took out, y'all. Another book they took out. Here go, now, put this in mind with 1 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48, where it's talking about they're going to open up the book and they're going to put their images in there and their likeness. Okay, now, look at this one. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning when he has made an image of his child. Caesar Borgia, the Pope, his son died. That's that white image of Jesus where it comes right there. Look, just look at it. All right. Image of his child, soon taken away. Now honor him as a God. Is he not honored as a God? That image of Jesus who was painted, who was the son of a pope. And what they call a pope, they call him father. That's just another way. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning. You got anything you want to add? I'll wait. Chime in when you get ready.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Man, I'm trying to get it together over here. Look, shalom, family. Peace and blessings to all in the chat. Man, I'm just getting in off the street teacher, man, and I saw me come in here and jump on, and I saw your thumbnail. I said, man, what y'all be getting on these thumbnails? I started laughing because I saw it.
But hey, it's up here. I'm telling you. I'll take certain pictures and I crop out images. Sometimes it take a while, but yeah, after a while, yeah.
Man. But anyway, peace and blessings. I really didn't have anything because, I'll sit back and trying to end the Shabbat by eating something. And I'm going to stand back because you never know. I'm trying to get caught up on the subject.
Oh, yeah, these folks. These doggone messiahs, yeah. Anybody against the word is an antichrist.
That's it.
And the devil got disciples.
Man, it's a whole, like you said, many antichrists in the world.
Yes, sir.
So when you talk to your family members, they ask them, you know who the antichrist is? They can say who? Say you.
Yeah. Because if you ain't for the truth, there's only one other option.
That's right.
See, they got people programmed. They looking for somebody way out in the distant future, or somebody where they waiting for. I guess they waiting on them to say, "Hey, I'm the Antichrist. I'm here."
And they don't realize they've been talking to the Antichrist. They even themselves are the Antichrist because you anti-Messiah.
Right. He said he didn't come to abolish the law, and they said the law done away with. That's anti.
Mm-hmm.
Is that boy? You can show them right there in the New Testament, right out of the Messiah's mouth. He said he did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. And they said the law done away with.
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
we in trouble, are we? Well, I can say we are. They in trouble.
Yep. Let me see.
But anyway, I'm gonna sit back, man, and enjoy, man. If the spirit move me to chime in, I will.
All right, feel free. All right. Now, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning when he has made an image of his child, soon taken away. This image of Jesus y'all worshiping. Now honor him as a God. Boy, how many black churches that you went in and they got that big white? Matter of fact, I got some videos of white Jesus. Hold on. I got some videos. See, a lot of stuff I be getting, it be over weeks. I just be collecting stuff. Hold on. See, can I find it? I might be done hid it from myself.
Man, while you're searching that out, man, I'm just gonna give you a little synopsis on what we was doing out there on the street.
Yes, sir.
We went up here in Orange Mound. I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with Memphis.
Orange Mound, rough.
Just rough as hell, bro. And that's where most of our people. Orange Mound was the first black community if I'm not mistaken, in this nation.
Mm.
Orange Mound, Tennessee. That's an old community. And it was thriving with black builders. They built that community.
Mm.
Had their own everything. Just like before you go research these massacres, you go look at Memphis Massacre 1866.
Yeah.
It was kind of like not too far from that area. But they was allowed to build them a community. They kept them right there in that area. That's what they do, right? And it was thriving for a while. But anyway, it's rough as hell. And we just left there. And just like you were saying, the Antichrist, even the so-called black churches are the Antichrist church.
Right.
And I was explaining to some of the people, and our people are bad. When I tell you bad shape, nephew Stephen had an opportunity to come up here around Purim. We got out and did some deed to the people.
Yeah.
And he said, man, I'm just old country boy. He said, man, I ain't never seen no mess like this.
Mm.
When I tell y'all the people are in bad shape, we was out there doing some street teaching, and they always asking us, well, where's y'all church? I said, you right at it. All you got to do is sit down and listen and get your book out. And I told two ladies, I said, listen, y'all cried out and asked the Most High to show y'all the new walk. I said, y'all go over there. Satan gonna come over there and distract y'all. And brother Yaakov was standing up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Rob, look over there and see what's going on. He said, man, you sure said it. 4 or 5 other crackheads come up there messing with him and had them totally distracted. This is how the devil work.
Yeah.
See how the Antichrist come up on folks and had them old. But anyway, I just want to throw that out.
I ain't just speak your mind, man. I said come up, man.
Yes, sir.
It'd be hypocritical to say come up, and then when you start talking, like, hey.
So what the people were saying, they said, we ain't got nobody to come and bring. I said, well, we come up on this corner. Y'all hear them loudspeakers going? That's when you need to come and hear the word. It's just like a famine in the community. We might hit that community maybe 3 Shabbats in a row. Then we got to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. We got a lot of guys out here street teaching. We kind of rotate. We just go to different areas because the vineyard is big, but the laborers are few.
Yeah, I'm about to get out there with y'all. I done spoke it.
But what the point is, like, this is a good subject because I said, you see them churches right there across the street where y'all sitting? Mm-hmm. They ain't going to show up until tomorrow, and they don't want y'all over there because you can't do nothing for them.
That's right.
That's not for y'all anyway. The Most High sent us out here to talk to y'all so y'all can hear the true word that you've been asking for. So you right about that Antichrist, man. But anyway, let me. I'm gonna sit back and listen, brother.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick up some images of Orange Mound. Let me see. They ain't got it. They ain't got it run. I don't see nothing run. I'm pretty sure it run down. Cause when I was driving through Memphis, man, you saw street walk. You could tell who was what.
Yeah, put out Orange Mound, Memphis. It should pop up. I just want to shout out Shalom, brother Sly, Yahuwah Kingdom, Shalom, Kaya, Sister Jim in here, Arlene in here. Shalom, family.
I don't know which one what.
Let me see. Sometimes it may come up be Orange Mound, Tennessee.
It come up. It got all kind of different pictures, but I don't know.
Well, go see that. Go scroll back up. You see this little orange-looking wall. If you go back, scroll back down. So, okay, go back up. Just slow it down. Go back up just a tad bit more. Go a little bit more. Right there. You see that orange man? Yes, sir. We were right there. You click on that. Well, that's a whole. But anyway, that image right there, that little wall.
Yeah.
That's why I had them sitting on while we was out there. Yeah. Yep. You see how desolate and it's a gas station next to it. And there's another wall. They have that there, but there's another image. There's another wall you can't see, and they were sitting on top of it. But that's the background right there.
Okay. Yeah, something used to be there. They done tore down, ain't it?
Yes, it used to be. If I'm not mistaken, it was another building or two there. And I remember when I was a little boy, my dad took us over there to get a haircut. It was a barbershop and stuff over there. Because my dad from Orange, he grew up in Orange Mound. So that's how old, my dad 80, almost 85 years old. And he was born and raised up in Orange Mound. So that's how old that community is. So I'm saying so.
Yeah.
But it's some other pictures in there, man. I started to do video. I said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. It's so bad, man. It's depressing, man. I couldn't.
Yeah, it is. Man, I rode through Memphis, man. Right up, doggone, 78. Man, I began to get depressed riding through there.
Yep.
Man.
Yep. And the people, man, I'm gonna tell you something. You might have a handful of people who really listen and want to change, but the vast majority of them, man, they are done. I hope they still have hope as long as they breathing.
Yeah.
But I look at the young children walking through there, man. That's where my heart went to,
Yeah.
A lot of people are bad, drugged out, bad, man. I'm talking about legions of unclean spirits on them. And it's something that, like, a lot of us not used to looking at. And that's the work that you got to go out there and how the Antichrist or those who told them, because they told us that, man, they told us that don't nobody come out here and preach to us and ask for deliverance. People was coming up and asking for prayer. Is that not the work of the disciples?
Yeah, when I was out there, when I saw somebody, that was, teaching about, I go over there and listen. I was trying to, I couldn't get out. But I was still trying.
Yeah.
I was still trying. I couldn't get free. But I was still trying. When somebody come up on the street, last hour my mind was hurting them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, bro, I'm gonna step back, man, and like I said, the spirit movement, I chime in.
Okay, all right. Now this is what we got a problem with right here. Get that man up out of y'all. What is this? See, this is what's wrong with us. This is what's wrong with you. What? Find him in the Bible. The only way you gonna find that man in the Bible is the anti-Messiah, false image. But yeah, let me see where you call you. I can't. Oh, she must have dropped off. I see you trying to get in, but I don't. Let me see. Okay, you in. You got anything you want to say? You muted. Okay. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, bro.
You fading out. You might have to get you a good connection. All right, let me keep going. Let me keep going.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want you read. I know in Revelations it says the image of the beast. It has the image if you take the mark of the beast. Because every time I try to go in on my phone, it cuts y'all off from the thing. So you might be able to pull it up. I know it's in 14.
Yeah, type it in the
Revelation. I can't do it in chat because if I get off this one, it won't make a sound. That's why. I'm sorry, but I know it's in chapter. Revelation chapter 14.
The beast in the mark. That's the image right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But if you look at chapter 16, it tells you when the sun pours out, those who receive the mark in their face and hand. And see, we always took it as a tattoo or some kind of chip. But the first thing you look at when you see a person is their face and their hands. Everything else is covered up. And what do you see on people when you first see them. Their hands and their face, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what John was describing. That's what we had studied. And when you say the sun, when the angels pour that boulder out on that sun, and they get burnt, it even says in chapter 16, they get some kind of something burning on their skin. So those who receive the mark of the beast, you're trying to lighten yourself and make yourself white, you're going to receive that burning too, which is actually a skin cancer, even if you chemically change your skin color.
Well, hey, well, hold off on that because you getting into something. You going another direction, yeah, that is that. We're trying to worship them, and that in and of itself is a sin.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They put that image, because I told somebody this a long time ago and they didn't believe me. They kind of cut me off. I told them, could it been that image being a person, a European status, because that image is all over? Could that be the Antichrist? Because they made you worship it. They even killed a lot of us during the Spanish Inquisition if we didn't worship that image. It made you worship on the Sunday instead of the Sabbath. They changed the laws and the times.
Yeah.
Well, that's something I'll let you think about, and you can do more research on it, because I know he said he pulled that vial up on the sun, and ain't nobody getting burned. But I'm saying, I know I got to be careful.
Some of the why they chemtrailing. Let me see.
Yep.
Okay.
And they said that in chapter 16, at the first part of that verse in Revelation.
That image
so I'm gonna leave you.
That image is definitely part of it because the world is worshiping that.
You remember if I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
When you're talking about the Antichrist, you just got to look up the word anti. That means against Christ, right?
Right, yeah.
Right.
Well, Messiah, when he was dealing with the Pharisees and Sadducees, he was telling them, because they was always after him, questioning him, trying to trip him up.
Mm-hmm.
And he told them, basically, you are your father, the devil. That's the main chief devil against the Messiah. The chief Antichrist ain't nobody but the devil, but he got all these other people on his side. Just like, think about it like this in Revelation, when Satan was cast out,
yeah,
and the third of the angels cast out with him. That's a whole lot of
whole lot.
That's a whole lot cast out. Don't you know the same thing gonna happen here on earth? All of those ones was kicked out of heaven they was part of the Antichrist. In other words, he talked them into going against the Hamashiach. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
So if you kicking against the word of Yah, you are an Antichrist.
Yep. It's that simple, really.
Antichrist, Messiah told those Pharisees and Sadducees, these was Israelites. They was of their father, the devil, because he said, why can't you hear my words? I'm paraphrasing. You go back and read it. He said, why can't you understand me? He said, because my word not in you. But you seek to kill me because I'm bringing truth out to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, because you was of your father, the devil.
Yep.
Those
Amen.
are Christ.
Yes, brother, I'd like to add something to that too. I believe they might been in with the Israelites, but another scripture I read and understood, when Jesus said, I come to free, and they spoke it up to the part that they say our fathers were never in slavery. And we know, yes, we know the Israelites were in slavery. So I was wondering, was those them Esau's who mixed in with the Greeks? Because in history, you see some half-black folks in those icons in the Greek pictures they show. And then they put certain type of they always put certain type of people. They don't want nobody black over running anything. They'll put somebody half black over. They did it with Obama. That shows you what they did. That they never change. And I'm gonna leave it at that unless somebody else come on and say something.
Yeah,
No,
right
no,
here.
I'm trying to say something, sister. You got to keep in
Yeah.
mind. Don't you know a lot of so-called African Americans don't believe that they was never in bondage? We are still in bondage.
Yep.
Yes.
I saw Philip Scott talk about we ain't in captivity. I ain't seen nothing. Hey.
That's the mindset they had. They said, man, we never was in bondage to any man.
Yeah. If you ain't got your own government, you ain't got your own stuff, you in captivity. Think about it. You should be free to choose your own rulers. Why every nation got to choose a doggone government like theirs? That's because they running the show. And whenever a black government official goes against the grain, they mysteriously end up dead. Just because you don't see the hands don't mean, the hand ain't there. But anyway, yeah. They were talking about, yeah, they ain't in. Well, I can understand what they're saying from a mental standpoint, but the Bible clearly said, what's that book? Book of Ezra. The Messiah, the Most High gonna begin to deliver the earth. That means the earth is in bondage. But yeah.
But
Huh?
when he made that comment, he said they answered him, "We be Abraham's seed." When you read the whole thing,
Right here, John 8:33. It's up here.
Yeah, but I'm saying you got to read the whole in its entirety. Then you understand what they was talking about.
Oh, okay.
But he wasn't talking about them being in bondage like slavery. He was telling them being in bondage to bad doctrine.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you now.
Like he told his disciples.
Yeah.
In John chapter 6, about he was the bread of life, and he got to talk about the bread.
Yeah.
And they said, "Why is he upset because we didn't bring bread?" He said, "No, I'm not talking about the bread. They were doing the feast of unleavened bread." He said, "I'm not talking about bread because we always look at the scriptures carnally, but on a spiritual level." He was saying, "No, I'm talking about the leavening of the Pharisees."
Yeah. These Pharisees right here, they was talking about they Abraham seed, but they wasn't in captivity though, ain't they?
But see, they want to know he wasn't talking about a physical captivity. He was talking about a spiritual captivity to him.
Yeah, but they was talking about a physical one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And what I was saying was, how can they be Abraham's descendants and we're never in bondage, enslaved like in Egypt? Because they got to be Esau descendants. That's what I was saying. You see what I'm saying? Esau ain't never been in the captivity, but they Abraham seed. I guess you'll see what I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying is, if you look at it we look at the Bible, if we look at the so-called Old Testament, right, which is the laws and the prophets.
Uh-huh.
All of this, there was foreshadow, prophecy, and everything. Most of the stuff that Messiah had them to do back when they come out of Egypt, it was a physical thing, but it was just a foreshadow of a spiritual thing. Then when Messiah came, he put everybody on a spiritual level. In other words, I'm gonna use this for an example. I'm gonna have you physically taking leavening out of your house, right?
Uh-huh.
So when I come, I don't want no leavening in your house, in your dwelling. So in your physical house, you go for 7 days taking leavening out your house. But on this side, on the spiritual side, when Messiah came to open the understanding, the leavening he want out of your house is out of your temple, out of your mind. All the stuff that you used to do, and you come to the knowledge of the truth.
Yeah.
I want you to get rid of that. I want you to get rid of the leaven of terror bearing, whispering, lying, cheating. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the spiritual leaven is way dangerous.
That's what he was saying. So when they were talking about we be Abraham's seed, we never been banished to no man. He said, I'm not talking about how can we be made free from that bad doctrine and them wicked ways y'all got. They didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. But I was on this thing here, this image. He's talking about this Pope that made up an image, and he was serving to God. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 15. But yeah.
We say, well, y'all.
I was talking about this. The Pope.
Oh yeah.
It made his son an image, but yeah. Let me see. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 15. This is telling you that a father afflicted with untimely mourning when he has made an image of his child soon taken away, now honor him as a god, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Think about it. They done took over the biblical ceremonies. They done colonized it now. Now you got one of the Pope's sons is the image of the Messiah, so-called, they call him Jesus, as they call it. You got this going on. But anyway, the probably reason why you see him, they over there getting ready to steal something, but nevertheless. But anyway, think about that. How we get here. That ain't all. Thus, in a process of time, think about it, hundreds of years later, an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as law. Think about it. Now it's all right. Christmas, that's their law. Valentine, every day of paganism under the Roman rule is good as law to them. After all, the law done away with, let them tell it. Engraven image, we all know the Catholic Church, look, they got all kind of images. They even got gargoyles, look like demons, up on their churches. Worst by the commandments of King. I just want y'all to see that. That's all. Whom men could not honor in presence, because this image that made it worldwide. That's how I see it. If you see anything different, just chime in. Because they dwelt far off, they took the counterfeit of his visage, a picture or image. That go that image of the beast. The false prophet, but it made an express image of a king whom they honor. Ain't this they king? Is not this they king? The world thinking this is the king. I'm talking about, y'all see what I'm talking about? They ain't over there. Been away.
That's sickening as hell, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a bunch of videos. Here go another one. There's a bunch of videos of them over there in Africa. Look at this one. This is supposed to be a world leader, I believe. Oh, this is an old video. Let me see here. That's Philip right there. That's the same video. But yeah, look. You know the fix is in when your leader is right up there with the beast. The fix is in, y'all.
And these leaders give less of a damn. That's why I was just trying to tell the people in the community. Them so-called preachers over there, they don't give a damn about y'all. They praying that y'all don't tear his place up by the time you get to Sunday service in the morning.
Yeah. Tell him the 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. The people over there are hungry.
But you let this heathen right here walk down Orange Mountain, walking that church, everybody pass out and everything. Busting their butt, trying to get with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, think about this. The more you have of something, usually it's better. Like you got more money, your life is better. You got more food, you ain't necessarily hungry. But the more churches you got, the worse the world get. So these must be devil churches. Think about it. You got church everywhere. And poverty right there.
Man, it's so easy to be identified. All you have to do, when Messiah came, he set up it's kind of like the Reformation.
Yeah.
He set up the church. Why did he have to come and pull? If let's say the Pharisees, Sadducees, these are the Levites and all these other ones, they was actually down in Jerusalem in the temple. Why did Messiah had to come to reestablish the church? Because all them jokers was off. See that joker sitting right there next to this heathen right here?
Yeah.
This Gentile heathen?
Yeah.
That's who was down in Jerusalem. So Messiah had to come and start all over and pour the spirit out on them brothers so they could go and turn the world upside down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't nothing to do under the sun around here.
And then I showed how they stripped the name down and gave us the whitewash name.
They didn't even change anything out of the Bible, y'all. They didn't tamper with the Bible. They tampered with your mind. Anybody can come and they can show you a script and twist it, and it'll tamper your mind if you're not strong in the word. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This is basically continuous programming, mind programming, by sticking an image up there on you. How long? That's all the image you know the day you come out your mother's womb. You looked at when you first saw your Lord and Savior, that was him, right? Somebody that looked just like him, right?
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
Yep, like him.
And all these other so-called figures that they stuck in your face. And when the real deal come out, you can accept it because your mind been seared with a hot iron with that image. That's why a lot of people hate the name Jesus, because it's in the English name. All they did was mess with your mind. And you know what? The first time you hear Jesus, and they still, guess what? The image pop up in your mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had to give you a white name to match the white false prophet.
Right, because the name is different in all the countries where you go get some Israelites in all these different countries. Everybody gonna have a different name. It's gonna mean it's gonna point back to the Messiah, but it just pronounced different because think about this. You know, Paul spoke all these different languages, right?
Yeah.
He the only disciple could speak all these different languages. Why?
Right.
Because the Messiah sent him to all them nations where they spoke different languages. Paul the only one could go up there and speak to them people because he spoke all the languages. That's why he was up there in Asia Minor and over there in Greece and over there in Rome. He spoke all their language. That's why he was able to communicate with them. Other disciples didn't communicate with them.
One of them thought he was an Egyptian because he spoke Greek. Now that tells you Paul was a black man.
And then Paul played and this is how you play the card. I'm a Hebrew by nationality. I'm an Israelite by faith. But when them heathen come up against me, I'm an American. And when I get done with that, damn it, I'm a Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? That's how Paul played it when he told him that he was a Roman citizen.
Yeah. Yeah. See what time? I've been up here 2 hours, huh? You got anything else you want to add?
No, brother, I'm good.
Okay.
I appreciate you inviting me on.
Oh, yeah. Let me do this right quick. Paul was mistaken for an Egyptian. Acts 12. This is important. Because if he was speaking a white language, why is this Roman soldier thinking he was why was he surprised he's speaking a white language? And Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian. Joseph, his own brothers didn't recognize him amongst them Hamites, Egyptians. Think about that. Now, if Joseph had been white, they didn't recognize their brother. Even the Canaanites thought the Hebrews, when they went and buried, who did they bury? Was it Joseph or was it Jacob?
Jacob.
Even the Canaanites thought all them Israelites was Egyptians. That tells you all of them was black.
Every last one of them, even the ones that Paul went to. Every last one of them. Why? Because they was carted off in an Assyrian captivity.
Yeah.
These are 10 tribes, right? The house of Israel.
Uh-huh.
That's who Paul went to teach other nations. He didn't go talk to no white folks. He went to talk to Israelites that was in other nations.
I was trying to find that Bible verse.
And everybody, see, we were taught, well, he went to spoke to the Gentiles. Yeah, they were Gentiles because they weren't keeping the Israelite faith, but they was Hebrews in them different nations. And all them Hebrews spoke all these different languages. But they didn't know they was Hebrew. Just like we just found out we was Hebrew 2 or 3 years ago for some,
Yeah. And the Canaanites, they are cousins to the Egyptians. I'm trying to find that Bible verse. Anybody know that Bible verse where the Canaanites is around Genesis, around the around the 50th somewhere. Let me type in Bible. It's around the 50th chapter, somewhere up in there. Wait a minute. But yeah, I was trying to find that verse. Okay, I think Genesis 50 and 11. Hold on. Genesis 50 and 11. I just want to show y'all this. You got plenty of evidence to show you that the people are black. No, but somehow everything is white. And them lies got to go. All right, now look. I think this is the wrong verse. But anyway, it was Joseph. It was Israel, wasn't it?
There was Joseph when he was buried. He told him to get his bones when they leave Egypt because he prophesied to them that they was going to leave.
Yeah.
See, that's the lies been told. But see, here's the deal. Putin putting all his stuff out, which been out for a minute anyway.
Yeah.
Letting everybody know. Y'all been lying to the people. These folks always been black.
Yeah. I did look at that. I looked at that verse and that verse that video looked like one of the videos looked like was doctored. But yeah, this stuff's been out. But here it is, Genesis chapter 50. Let me start at let me see, verse 9. And then this is Joseph dead. And all of the house of Joseph and his brother and his father's house, only their little ones and their flocks and their herds, they left in the land of Goshen. And there went up with him both chariots and horsemen, and it was a very great company. These are all Israelites now. It might have been some Egyptians in there too. And they came from the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond Jordan, and they mourned a great and very sore lamentation, and he made a mourning for his father 7 days. So this is Jacob, like you said. And the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning in the floor of Atad, and they said, this is a grievous mourning to the Egyptians. But it was Israelite. They was having a funeral.
That's right.
Wherefore the name of it was called, what is that? Abel Mizraim, which is beyond Jordan. See, the Israelites was having having a funeral of their father Jacob. And the Canaanites, the cousins to the Egyptians, thought that the Hebrews was Egyptians.
Just like the Canaanite, they thought that when Moses was at the well, they thought he was an Egyptian.
Yep. The Midianites.
The Midianites.
Let's see, Genesis 10. Let me go over here. You see, they ignore all this stuff that make everybody white. The sons of Ham, Cush, Ethiopia, Mizraim, they go you Egyptian, Put and Canaan. They go to Canaanites, and they go you Egyptians right there. The descendants of Ham. The Canaanites thought the Hebrews were their cousins. Some of y'all say, well, he got Mizraim there. Well, let me show it to you then in the Bible dictionary. Genesis 10:6. Genesis 10:6, the Negroes is hard-headed. Some of us are just too lazy. I'm finna have to get on up. Let me see here. Mizraim. You got Mizraim right there. Cush, Ham, sons of Ham, Mizraim. I hit the wrong button. Let me see, where is it? Right here. A son of Ham, also the descendant of that company in Africa. Egypt. There you go, right there. There it is down there on the bottom. Can y'all see that? Y'all can't see that. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Genesis 42:1. Mizraim. A son of Ham. Y'all see it. All right. Son of Ham, also the descendant in their country, northwest Africa, which is right there in Egypt. But somehow they white folks now. they white folks now, but we believe the Bible. We just don't believe all the Bible. Y'all see it right there.
See, like I said, they ain't changing anything. They just tamper with the mind.
Yeah. And I got to get out of here, family. Oh, Negro got to go to work. All right. You got anything else?
No, man. Peace and bless to everyone. I hope everyone have enjoy the rest of their weekend off. You know, like you said, man, some folks got to hit it.
Yeah.
And may the Most High continue to bless y'all with some knowledge and understanding. And Yeshua HaMashiach.
Yes, sir. Now, remember, if y'all confused, you can't go wrong with the Bible. You can't go wrong. Obey the Bible, okay? After the Most High gonna put you on autopilot. Okay? Obey the Bible. Don't play with it. Okay? You will be all right.
Holy, 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 Yah Almighty, omnipotent, you are holy. When I think about your goodness, Yeshua, and what you've done for me, oh, I don't deserve anything you've done for me, and I don't deserve that you laid your life for me. Over and over, I let you down. Over and over, you stayed around. Unconditionally, you keep on loving me, loving me. That's why you are so holy. That's why you are holy. That's why you are holy. Oh yeah, you are holy. I'm calling you Yah Almighty. You are Yah the Mighty. Heaven ain't going to heaven, You better watch your mouth when you're talking about who it is you reppin'. There are crazy people who seduce you for your soul. Everything that glitters don't always turn to gold. Whoa. Sometimes it's hard to believe when you're going through it. Trying to give my very best, so I'm trying to keep the faith. I know you got my back, I don't have to worry. You don't ever sleep, 'cause you are holy. You are holy. You are holy. Yahweh, holy. And your whole soul, Yah Almighty. You are so holy. Omega, beginning and end. You are holy forever. Holy. No one compares to you, 'cause you are holy. Holy, 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 holy.